Red Bull is set to confirm Yuki Tsunoda for the Red Bull seat. This week, Ferrari is set to experiment on why their car has been underperforming, and Mercedes reveals information they withheld from Kimi during the race. Do consider subbing. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Formula One management, or FOM, finds itself in the spotlight after Ferrari's team principal, Fred Vasseur, expressed his dissatisfaction with their recent broadcast decisions. The controversy erupted following the Chinese Grand Prix, when selective radio communications from Lewis Hamilton sparked claims of favoritism and manipulation from Ferrari. Vasseur accused FOM of deliberately creating a mess for Ferrari through their chosen broadcast of Hamilton's radio messages. He expressed frustration over how these communications were presented, asserting it misrepresented the team's dynamics during the race. However, FOM has firmly denied these accusations, maintaining that their coverage was standard practice, aimed at showcasing the thrilling competition present on the track. The excitement of the race escalated when Charles Leclerc, racing closely with Hamilton, suffered damage to his front wing after making contact with the Mercedes driver at Turn 2. Despite the setback costing him invaluable downforce, Leclerc was able to match Hamilton's pace, which led to heated discussions over team strategy and overtaking maneuvers. As the drivers jockeyed for position, a series of radio exchanges unfolded, revealing the tension in the Ferrari garage. In one poignant moment during lap 18, Hamilton indicated he might let Leclerc pass, stating he was struggling. But the conversations that followed are where the drama intensified. Throughout lap 19, Hamilton's engineer, Riccardo Adami, pushed for a car swap into turn 14, but Hamilton was hesitant, saying he would only do so when Leclerc was closer. By lap 20, the exchanges showcased increased urgency from Ferrari as they sought to maximize their performance. Hamilton hinted at uncertainty regarding allowing Leclerc to pass, saying he would dictate when the swap would happen. Then came the moment of clarity. When the Hamilton did allow Leclerc through at turn 1, it seemed like a win for Ferrari. However, the dissatisfaction stemmed from FOM's broadcast choice, which focused on these selective calls, ultimately igniting Ferrari's frustrations. They felt the presentation of the radio messages misrepresented the strategic intricacies of the race, showcasing only parts of what was a developing story on the track. This current debacle draws attention to the complex dance between broadcasting and racing strategies. For fans, the need for clarity and fairness in coverage remains paramount. As the dust settles on this controversy, many are left wondering how FOM will address these issues moving forward to ensure every team feels represented and understood in the fast-paced world of Formula One. Stay tuned as the story continues to unfold with more twists and turns. After the Chinese Grand Prix, Fred Vasseur expressed his frustration regarding the circumstances surrounding Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc on team radio. He referred to the incident as a joke from suggesting that there was an intention to create drama rather than simply report the facts. Vasseur emphasized that the first call for the drivers to swap positions originated from Hamilton himself. However, this assertion faced firm denial from a Formula One spokesperson who clarified that there was no intention to mislead fans about the Ferrari team radio communications. They explained that the message from Hamilton just didn't play due to various factors that unfolded during the race, and crucially, this oversight was not planned. In a surprising turn, both Hamilton and Leclerc were disqualified after finishing the race, with Leclerc placing P5 and Hamilton in P6. The disqualification stemmed from technical violations. Leclerc's car was deemed underweight, while Hamilton faced penalties for excessive wear on specific parts of his vehicle. Following these events, Ferrari now finds itself significantly behind McLaren in the Constructors' Championship, already trailing by 61 points. In the aftermath, Hamilton shared his thoughts on the unexpected Ferrari strategy, branding it as a mad experiment that he wouldn't want to repeat. It seems the mix-up not only affected race outcomes, but also left fans and teams alike reconsidering the implications of team collaborations and strategies in such a high-stakes environment. As discussions unfold, Vasseur plans to address the situation with FOM, searching for clarity and accountability in how race communications are handled. The complexities of Formula One are always present, and as new developments arise, the sport's dynamic nature leaves us eagerly awaiting more insights and updates. Stay connected as we keep you informed on all the latest happenings in the thrilling world of Formula One. In the world of Formula One, even minor incidents can have significant consequences. Kimi Antonelli, a promising talent driving for Mercedes, recently opened up about the challenges he faced during the Chinese Grand Prix, particularly regarding the extensive damage to his W16's floor. After the race, Kimi reflected on his performance and the source of the floor damage he carried throughout the event. He recalled a crucial moment in the race when he drove over debris left by Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. It was this encounter that likely caused the extensive damage, impacting his ability to compete at his best. Despite these struggles, Antonelli managed to finish a commendable P8 in only his second outing with the Mercedes team. His final position rose to P6 after both Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton faced disqualifications due to car weight issues. Antonelli's achievement was overshadowed, however, by the revelation that he had raced with a compromised car. "It was a strange feeling during the race," Antonelli admitted. "I was aware something was off, but I didn't realize I had floor damage from the very first lap." The damage, he later acknowledged, stemmed from his contact with Leclerc's lost front wing end plate after a collision involving the two drivers. Reflecting on the race, he stated, "I struggled with traction. It was a real challenge. I felt like I had to wait before applying power, or the car would snap." This struggle with handling not only made the race difficult, but could have changed the outcome entirely had it not been for the damage he sustained. Kimi's resilience was evident as he continued to focus on self-improvement. "Without that damage, I believe it could have been a different race," he said. He expressed a desire to analyze the data from the event further, indicating that aside from the issues with the car, he was keen on enhancing his skills as a driver to achieve better results in the future. Overall, Antonelli's experience at the Chinese Grand Prix serves as a testament to the unpredictability of motorsport and the importance of adaptability. As he looks ahead to the upcoming races, fans will be eager to see how this young driver learns from his experiences and continues to grow within the competitive landscape of Formula One racing. As we dive into the recent events of the Chinese Grand Prix, we take a closer look at some standout performances and surprising revelations. Let's start with Kimi Antonelli, who demonstrated incredible resilience on the track. Despite facing severe floor damage on his Mercedes W16, he managed to secure an impressive 8th-place finish. Team principal Toto Wolff noted that the damage was extensive, with massive holes in the floor that impacted Antonelli's performance. Yet, he remained composed throughout the race. This level of maturity and potential has not gone unnoticed. Antonelli was named Driver of the Day by fans, highlighting the impact of his efforts despite the adversities he faced. In this early season of F1 2025, Mercedes is sitting second in the Constructors' Championship, trailing behind McLaren by 21 points. This early battle sets the stage for an intense competition ahead, particularly when you consider the team's strategic choices and performance on the circuit. However, there have been whispers of crucial information being withheld from Antonelli during the race, a tactic that led him to believe that his situation was less dire than it actually was. Would this decision result in a major slip-up for Mercedes? Only time will tell. Speaking of missteps, the moment many have been anticipating finally arrived, as Bono made the blunder of confusing team communications. With just 2 race weekends in, it's a reminder that even top teams can find themselves making rookie mistakes amidst the pressure of competition. Despite these hurdles, Wolff has expressed optimism, citing a breakthrough in the W16 car after receiving initial feedback. As the team moves forward, they are keen to capitalize on these insights to mount a stronger challenge in the upcoming races. As for the competition, there are questions surrounding Liam Lawson and whether he's the best driver option for Red Bull. The upcoming power rankings will surely spark discussion on who the standout performers are this season. These dynamics add layers of intrigue to the unfolding story of F1 2025. Stay tuned because this season is heating up and we can't wait to see how these young talents and seasoned veterans continue to battle it out on the track. Lewis Hamilton's journey at the Chinese Grand Prix was nothing short of a roller coaster. After a solid performance in the sprint race, dominating from start to finish and showcasing remarkable tire management, Hamilton faced a steep decline when changes were made to his Ferrari SF25. While he initially topped the charts, the modifications did not yield the desired results, leaving him annoyed and reflecting on the lessons learned from an experimental approach. During the sprint, Hamilton took pole position with impressive confidence, gaining a clear lead of 4 seconds over second-placed Oscar Piastri in the final laps. Meanwhile, his teammate Charles Leclerc couldn't match his pace, finishing 5th and lagging behind by a significant 12 seconds. This success, however, was quickly overshadowed by a disappointing Grand Prix weekend. As they sought to build on that strong sprint performance, Hamilton and Leclerc made adjustments to their cars ahead of qualifying. Unfortunately, their attempts backfired, resulting in a car that performed even worse than before. The two drivers found themselves struggling for pace, their Ferrari's performance falling significantly short, leaving them in the third row of the grid, roughly 3/10 behind their competition, including the likes of McLaren and Mercedes. In the race, the challenges continued for Hamilton. Crossing the line in 5th place, he finished just behind Leclerc, both drivers finishing over 20 seconds behind Piastri, who dominated the race. The aftermath didn't get any better, as both Ferrari drivers faced disqualification due to issues found during post-race inspections. Leclerc's car was too light, and Hamilton's skid block wear exceeded the regulations. Reflecting on the challenges of the race, Hamilton didn't shy away from admitting that their strategic decisions didn't pay off. The two-stop strategy they chose was a gamble that did not work in their favor, while competitors ahead managed to execute one-stop strategies successfully. "I'm glad that we tried something," he shared in an interview. "I was struggling with performance. We had a decent car in the sprint, but the changes we made for the qualifying and race made the situation worse." Despite the setbacks, Hamilton emphasized the importance of learning through their struggles, a sentiment that stands as a testament to his relentless pursuit of improvement in a highly competitive environment. He acknowledged the difficulty of maintaining pace with the leaders, especially given the strategies employed by competitors like Max Verstappen, who showcased impressive speed even on older tires. In essence, Hamilton's experience at the Chinese Grand Prix serves as a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in Formula One. The thrill of early success can quickly fade in the wake of tactical miscalculations, but it's not just about the wins. It's about learning, adapting, and coming back stronger for the next challenge. Hamilton knows now not to repeat those mistakes, a lesson he'll carry as he continues his formidable career in racing. Lewis Hamilton faced challenges during the Chinese Grand Prix, not from strategy but due to modifications made to his car before the qualifying round. While he refrained from detailing the specifics, Hamilton dismissed the idea that raising the car's ride height contributed to his reduced pace. He remarked, "We made some other changes mostly, but not massively. It's like small amounts," emphasizing that the cumulative effect of those changes impacted his performance negatively. Interestingly, Hamilton shared a humorous moment about a misstep regarding car adjustments he had not tested. He referred to a situation where he followed a tested change by teammate Charles Leclerc, saying, "It was mad. I know not to do that again." His lighthearted approach highlights the unpredictability and trials that come with the sport. Karan Chandhok, a former F1 driver and now a Sky Sports pundit, concurred that it wasn't strategy ultimately costing Hamilton, but rather his loss of pace. He pointed out that Formula One always requires adaptability, especially as track conditions frequently change. On a newly resurfaced track, the rubbering-in process made conditions different from what the drivers had experienced during the sprint race. Chandhok noted that Hamilton had benefited from better conditions the day prior, with fresh tires and clear air, painting a picture of a driver in form. However, during the Grand Prix, Hamilton's speed faltered, and at no point did he look like he had any real pace. It became evident that he couldn't match Leclerc's performance, having stated that he just fell short of that pace. Discussion continued around the performance of his competitor, Charles Leclerc, with speculations on whether the flexi wing on Leclerc's car provided an unfair advantage. There were contrasting views between teams on whether it significantly boosted downforce or not. In a related matter, the FOM addressed concerns raised by Ferrari regarding a controversial broadcast involving Hamilton. Ferrari's team principal, Fred Vasseur, expressed interests in discussing the matter further. Among other topics of interest, Hamilton's radio transcripts revealed his willingness to swap positions with Leclerc during the race, showcasing his sportsmanship despite the day's challenges. As we analyze Hamilton's experience in China, it's clear that every race offers a mixture of triumphs and lessons, forming a constant evolution for drivers at this elite level. Yuki Tsunoda is eager to prove himself and ready to race with Red Bull, even as his teammate Liam Lawson faces challenges. While Lawson struggles to find his footing within the team, Tsunoda stands by, confident and prepared to showcase his skills. The move to promote Liam Lawson over Yuki Tsunoda for the primary team seat in the 2025 Formula One season surprised many. Tsunoda, entering his 5th year with Red Bull's junior team, had hoped for this opportunity. In contrast, Lawson's limited experience, having participated in just 11 Grand Prix, raises questions about the decision. At the season opener in Australia, Lawson's debut did not go as planned. He qualified in 18th position and ended his race prematurely after crashing in the wet conditions. Meanwhile, Tsunoda showed resilience, qualifying 5th and ultimately finishing 12th, demonstrating that he has what it takes to excel at a higher level. Their performance at the Chinese Grand Prix was another chance for both drivers to shine. Tsunoda, along with his teammate Isaac Hadjar, started strong but faced setbacks due to the team's 2 pit stop strategy. This decision kept both drivers from breaking into the point standings, highlighting a crucial moment in their race day tactics. Lawson's performance mirrored the struggles faced by Tsunoda, finishing in 12th place and falling behind Hadjar. Lawson's prospects within the team are under scrutiny as rumors circulate about his potential removal from the roster. Despite being a longtime member of Red Bull's junior team, Tsunoda has frequently missed out on promotions. As 2024 progressed and Sergio Perez faced difficulties, names like Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, and once again, Liam Lawson entered the dialogue for the 2025 seat. It appears Tsunoda's contributions haven't been given the recognition they deserve. As the season continues, all eyes will be on both Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson. Tsunoda is ready to show Red Bull that he is in good shape to claim the seat when the time comes. With his determination and experience, he may just redefine the expectations for future drivers within the team. Tsunoda recently shared his thoughts on whether he could perform better than Lawson if given the opportunity in the Red Bull. While he hasn't yet driven the RB21, he expressed confidence, stating, "I'm in good shape." This suggests that he's eager to prove himself but acknowledges the uncertainty of his potential without first-hand experience in the car. As rumors swirl around the possibility of Yuki Tsunoda stepping in for Liam Lawson, the question on everyone's lips is, will Red Bull make that change? Lawson's journey with Red Bull has not been smooth, highlighted by a tough qualifying performance at the Chinese Grand Prix, where he finished last. His struggle raises an important question. Will Red Bull stick with Lawson or look for a change as the season progresses? In a broader context, the pressure is mounting on both drivers. Red Bull has issued a warning that there will be questions to answer, emphasizing that the season is far from over. This sets the stage for a highly competitive environment where each driver's performance will be scrutinized as the team navigates through the challenges ahead. The speculation surrounding driver replacements in F1 is always intense, especially with the stakes being so high. Red Bull, known for its competitive edge, will surely consider their options carefully. The performances of both Tsunoda and Lawson will be critical in determining who will ultimately secure a spot in the prestigious team lineup moving forward. In conclusion, as the drivers gear up for their next challenges, the landscape for Red Bull's roster remains dynamic. Both Tsunoda and Lawson have much to prove, and fans eagerly await to see how this competition unfolds. The future may just hold significant changes for Red Bull's driver lineup as the season progresses, leaving us all excited for what's next.